Hi, so today I should be talking to you about Solana NFT analysis. And typically, when you're looking for NFTs on Solana, like on Ethereum, you have to go to the marketplaces. By the way, I did a video on the different marketplaces. I actually called out quite a number of marketplaces. I shall leave a link for them up above there, and you can just click on it and have a look at it and see about the different marketplaces I actually listed. There'll be more coming up, but for now, these are the ones I particularly use and I think are probably amongst the best. But it's just not for Solana. I talked about Ethereum, Cardano, I talked about Tezos, and some of the exchanges as well, Binance, and the big one that is coming pretty soon that many people are waiting for, Coinbase. So, coming back to the analysis, what happens is typically you have to look for NFTs in three stages. One, you look before the mint, one, you look during the mint, and one, you look at after the mint. So, before the mint, what tends to happen is that you have to listen for the buzz. And the buzz, I know this is what does the buzz mean? This is a very cliche statement, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to find out if there are any conversations that are going on about any collections coming out. And who are you looking at this with? Well, you're looking at collectors who are known and collectors who have a track record of picking good NFTs, or you're also looking for influencers or people who have a track record of creating good NFTs. So you're trying to check to see if any of these people are talking about any collection that could be coming out soon. Now, it is a lot of work, and sometimes you get it wrong because you are backing up the wrong tree. You're chasing a project that might not come to fruition yet, or even if it does come to fruition, it will not be the project that you hope it will be. And these are some of the problems that happen. But nonetheless, this is how it is when you're looking at NFTs. Because of the nature of what NFTs are, you're always going to get these kind of NFT collections coming through. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Right. What you want to do though in this instance is look on Twitter and look on Discord, and maybe you might get that buzz that you're actually looking for. There are other ways to look at this though. I'll look for stuff like this, and you could use aggregation sites. One very popular aggregation site for Solana is this one, and I'm going to put a link for it down below, howrare.is. And howrare.is is quite good because it gives you a lot of time, a long time frame before it actually tells you about what is minting. So if you look all the way down here, we can go and see the different dates that are actually on here, and you can see December 8th, and you can see, if you keep going, you can see 11th of December, and on and on and on, so you catch the drift. So it'll give you quite a number of weeks to a month by which you can go and do your due diligence, find out if the team is doxed, find out whatever information you can before you come to the point where you have to think about minting it. These methods are quite good and they're tried and tested. The challenge that you have is, as one person, you tend to have to do so much work because remember, this is just before the mint. Now, during the mint, what you're actually trying to see is you're trying to find out what is minting and if what is minting is going to be useful to you. So for that reason, I go to some of the marketplace sites. Magic Eden, I believe, is probably the biggest one. Bear in mind that Magic Eden also shows you upcoming launches, but it's on a very small scale. So these are the upcoming launches that it talks to you about. I think it picks the ones that it's maybe verified or the ones it knows are going to be particularly good. But there are a lot of hidden gems there that this will not pick up. I mean, just having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is nothing compared to what I just showed you on this website, howrare.is. New collections coming up, you can see what they are, and in this space you can go into this and you can try to find to see if you can get some value, because on the secondary market people might put NFTs on there that they are not very knowledgeable about because the ranking or the rarity hasn't come out, and so they did not know that they're holding on to a gem, so they put it on there and it will be expensive if they only knew how much it went for. So you could pick up a gem in this regard. But that is during the mint, and that is still a number of a number of hours that you're going to spend having to look through NFTs. And this is not the only platform that you have to look through. There's Magic Eden, there's also one called Soul and there are a number of other ones. Now, this is quite a bit of work. The next area you want to be looking at is after the mint. And after the mint as well, you have to come to these sites because you can see there is this coming up about new collections. So you have to go onto the new collection to see what's going on and find out whether or not you can get any information about whether a collection is going to actually go upwards or is going to go downwards. Because what happens sometimes is in the first few hours after it comes onto the secondary market, there is a huge rush for it and the price goes up. Some prices, for example, like this one, Boryoku Dragons, kept going up and it has kept going up and it has kept going up. So if you're lucky to have picked this one up, I believe it only was for 1.1 Sol, if I'm correct, and there were 1,111 in the collection, but this skyrocketed and this kept going up and up. This, I believe, was what is called a stealth mint, and a stealth mint is one that you can probably only get through Discord and Twitter, the methods I talked to you about, and it is one of these NFT collections that if you can get into it early, you're laughing. So the analysis tools, what will the analysis tools do? How will they help you, and what are they called? Well, ironically, one of them is actually listed on here for the upcoming launch. That is Solluminati. And when you go to their webpage, it's all very interesting because it looks like this. Solluminati, it's got the dark background. You know, it looks like something very much from the Illuminati. I mean, look at that. Look at eyes and look at the halo. And look at my cursor. As I hope you can see that this is fooling me all over. But the most intriguing thing is the eye. And the eye is looking, the all-knowing eye that can see everything. So the idea behind this is that it's going to be an analyzer of different NFTs on the Solana blockchain. And I took the liberty of going onto their Twitter page to have a look to see if I could find out what the actual NFT would be all about, what you get for your money basically. And it was quite interesting because I found out some information about the actual tool. This is it. So the tool itself, they say, will have 3 parts, and it will be one that has a first part which will be called the radar. So the radar will be one that you can use to scout over what project is talked about the most, check out if their following is organic. So this was what I was talking to you about. Presumably some of this will be on Twitter and hopefully some of this will be on Discord. So it'll help you scout around and listen to the buzz. This is really helpful for launches that are coming up, so you know what could likely be a big launch or what could be one that could mimic what the dragons did, the Boryoku dragons did. Now, the other part of the software will be the compass, and basically this, he says, is the least exciting tool, but my bias is to counter indicators, so this will probably be the most value somehow. I don't have a good analogy, but but this gives you an overview of NFT projects across different markets. So what it does, it is one of these tools that will give you a whole wide spectrum of what to look for: floor price, how many holders, what the last mint was, how many have been minted, maybe how many people are diamond handing, and that kind of thing. So it'll give you a thorough indication of a spectrum of different types of very important information across the board. So I think that will be very useful, the compass. And the third aspect of this will be, let me see, the third aspect, I think it's called Navigator. Where are we now? Navigator. The third tool is called Navigator. There is compass and navigator. So So the navigator leads you to newly minted projects and enables you, well, it doesn't say very much more. But I think in a nutshell, you can see what this kind of tool will do for you. And the website doesn't really give very much. On Discord as well, you can find snippets of information, but this is the clear indication of what the tool might do for you. I would say it's a very useful tool, and it's going to be minting at 9 o'clock today, I believe, on the 6th of January 2000, or 6th of December, sorry, 2021. And it is definitely one that I think is worth having a very good look at, because as time goes on the Solana blockchain, what you're going to find is you're going to find more and more projects, and I think it's going to get increasingly difficult to do this manually. And if you continue to do this manually, you will have a challenge, because your competition might have methods of doing it automatically or using automation. And so as a result of that, I will highly suggest, or strongly suggest, that this is one NFT that you look at. Remember, if what they say is correct and they continue to build on the application, what happens is that even if you buy it at a particular price, which is going to be 2 Sol, it might turn out to be a bargain, because if at 2 Sol people were ready to buy this, imagine what it would be if they add many more features, and features that they feel will actually help you in terms of the way you actually source and look for NFTs within a collection. So the next NFT I should be looking at, or the next analytical NFT I should be looking at, is this one. It's called SolanaFloor, and this is the page. This is their Twitter page, and it's quite nice actually. I like this head, this dragon heads basically. And SolanaFloor is a tool that I already use, and it actually is for the pro version. So this NFT will be for the pro version, and the pro version will give you a number of additional features. Now, what I would say to you is, this is the link tree, and this is what it's going to look like. Let me just have a look. This is a Discord project here from NFT Mint tracking sheet. Let me see. No, that's something different. This is actually Solana NFT Radar. Where are we now with this? Mint. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. So you have it's called the Shi Guardians, and so the only NFT that gives you access to SolanaFloor Pro. So with SolanaFloor, as you could see, you have a number of indices that it puts on here, and just like I was speaking to you before about the Solluminati, this also gives you information about different NFTs, and you can see it has the tokens, the number of owners, how many percentage of them are listed on the secondary market, and what the floor price is for Solana Monkey business, which is 120 Sol. Wow. And this is the USD, how much has been sold so far. So that's 22,711, and the median, that's in the middle somewhere, and the USD, and the total floor valuation, which is 113,556 million. So it is a very, very good indicator of what's actually going on with the Solana blockchain and the NFTs on Solana. But there's a pro version, and the pro version you can access if you buy one of these Shi Guardians. Now the Shi Guardians, I believe, is going to be launching for, let me just click on the Shi Guardians so you can see what you're going to get for your money. So it's going to give you features like the real-time data, NFT tracks transaction history, view wallet activity. This is particularly good because you know how many wallets have the particular NFT, and limited API access. Compare collections. You need to compare collections one against the other, and my floor insights based on specific attributes. So it is a bit similar in that you have areas of overlap with the other NFT I spoke to you about, but it's totally different in other aspects because it has NFT transaction history, and it view wallet activity. Now I don't know if you're going to be able to view the wallet activity with the Solluminati, but it is definitely going to be an option with the Shi Guardians. So this is the SolanaFloor NFT as well, and I believe it's going to be minting for 1.88 Sol. It's coming out on the 8th of December, which is in a few days time. And what you find out is one of this of NFT, one of these two NFTs is very good, but maybe having both of them you might find gaps where one NFT doesn't have something and the other one does have something. So these two analytical NFTs are definitely one I will look at. You don't have to get both of them, you can get one. Which one you decide will probably depend on you coming to have a look at the features, or going onto Twitter to have a look at the features that the Solluminati has said, and what the Guardians, the Shi Guardians have said they will actually produce within the NFT. And then based on that, you can do an analysis and decide which one is for you. So that's said and done. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you for subscribing to my video. I can see my subscriber count is growing. My likes and my comments, please put that on there. I would love to see them. I would love to reply. If this video has been helpful, please hit the like button. Tell me it has been. Also, if there are any other analytical tools out there that you know of that you think will be very helpful, please put it in the comments so we can have a look at them and we can see whether or not they are worth they actually what they say they will. They actually do what they say they will do, and they'll actually be useful for us as we go along to look for particular collections and particular NFTs within the collection. Thank you. Bye.